Hi guys, welcome to another video, and in this video what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be setting up Windows 2 and run Office on it. But before we do that, I have set up a new virtual machine, so I need to set everything up before I can do anything. So I've put in 2 floppy disks at this point, and there's one which we've got there, which I put in at 2 gigabytes. FAT16 only supported up to 2 gigabytes. I think even at this point, this was only running FAT12. So we now need to create a DOS partition on here. And sort that out as well. But before we do even that, now that we've set up the partitions, I now need to format C because I need to give these names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That takes care of that one. And now I need to format D. For the same thing. And then with that in tow, I then call it DMC Studios 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And DMC Studios partition, well, the DMC Studios hard drive will be where all the documents go. I'm now going to go into Setup, and we'll press Enter. I need to obviously correct stuff because I come from the UK. There it is. Keyboard, UK English. And that's correct. Install to CDOS. Yeah, that's fine. And now I need to do this too. I wonder actually if DOS will be able to support. Yeah, I'm just wondering if DOS is able to support multiple hard drives because I've got 2 in this virtual machine. We'll just wait and see. Disk 3. Disk 3. Now it says, please remove any floppy disks from your drives. Not a problem. And then press Enter. And there we go. That's DOS 5 all sorted. And yes, you do have the second hard drive there. So what I'm going to do is, with that in mind, I just need to make sure just bear with me a moment. What I do need to do is to see if I can create a directory. These then became folders. To do that's called DMC filing for now. But of course, when the long name system comes into play, I'll then just rename it filing cabinet. Oh, that's right. You can only go up to 8. Yeah, you can only go up to 8 characters and no. Yeah, you can only go up to 8 characters and no spacing. That's not good. Right. So now that that's all sorted and I've got that into the right place, I can now get onto the main part of this thing. So I can now get onto the main part, which is setting up Windows 2. Now, this piece of software that I'm about to install was released in 1987. We have 9 floppy disks. I'm just peering back over my notes. Just so I always write this stuff down so I know for sure that I'm giving you the right information. Setup program for Microsoft Windows version 2. Yeah, and see Windows. That's fine. And then we have to change the computer type. Well, I'll just go for that one. And we don't want a monochrome display. So it only gives you black and white. We want EGA or CGA. We'll do EGA. And we want a British keyboard for obvious reasons. Microsoft mouse, yeah. That's a good point. No change. And now we need this. We need the build disk, which is disk 2 of 9. We need the displays disk, which is disk 3. Disk 3 of 9. And printer or plotter. Yeah, I'll try and install one. Just for hypothetical reasons. Just to take you through the full process of this setup. And we'll continue setup. To create appropriate country settings, please select a country from the following list. Well, we've already got that listed, so we'll just... Any more? Yeah, there are more. Okay. Well, I thought that crashed. Sorry about that, guys. Right, what disk number are we after? I think we're missing out disk 4. We are. We go straight to disk 5. And is that 6 or is that 7? That's 6. And now we're going straight to 8. I will have a look at what's on disks 4 and 7 and disk 9. So we needed 7 disks out of the 9. I will have a look at what's on disks 4 and 7. Okay. Click on that. And then we will disconnect the floppy. And there we go. Just before I do that, I just want to make sure Yeah, I've got loads of space. Of course, I have, because you only used about 1.5 megabytes. I'll reconnect the floppy disk. And welcome to Windows 2. There's the one I did for DMC filing, which comes in very handy because then you just extend everything as and when you need to, and then you're able just to extend it as and when where it's needed. I think I've said the same thing twice, but I'm trying to make sense of what I'm saying. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, we'll have a look at what's on disk 4. Which is, they're the printer drivers, well, some of. Which is why you didn't need that disk. And then let's see what's on disk 7. Yeah, because they are already there. Although, having said that, you've, yeah, trying to think of what I was going to say. Having said that, because you've already got the fonts there, of course, you don't need them again. Also, just when we have a look at that, we will have the about. So this came out in 1987. We finally have a mouse, so we get to see what's going on with that. I'm going to go into my DMC Studio side because I will just I'll just save that. But before I'll just save it. I'm just going to test everything out. So I'll go into Paint. This is what Paint looks like in Windows 2. Let's see how well it writes out. Rather poorly by the looks of things. Alt and back skip for undo. You could only undo one move at a time. Can't even do new file that way. You just have to just look at that. Right, rather than do my handwriting, I've now decided I'm just going to just do a text. Let's go modern. Can't actually do many of the shortcuts that we know of in today's Windows. Not on this one, at least. And then I'll just try again. Right, let's go for what they call Helvetica. Can't believe I nearly put mice. And that went right to the beginning. Keep forgetting you can't do that shortcut on Windows 2. did that go? There we go. That looks like what became. It does look a bit like the area. Like I say, it's Helvetica. Am I okay? Let's see how well I write with a paintbrush on Windows 2. Well, I did do something like that for Windows 1, but because there was no mouse on the version that I had, the version 1.04, I unfortunately couldn't save it. That actually turned out really well. Well, I spoke too soon. Well, yeah, I definitely spoke too soon there. That's more like it. Third time lucky. My poor attempt at a 9. And an 8 for that matter. But that's just how things roll in this version of Windows. That gives you a shaded that gives you a shaded shape, even though you can only use black. Yeah, even though you can only write or do stuff in black. I like particularly how the airbrush looks. I'm writing over the copyright year with that 7. Never mind. Okay, so I'm going to save it this time. I'm gonna have to save it into Windows, the C drive. And then I'll close it off. Like that. And then where I find I think I might have to go somewhere else for that. There it is. I'm going to see so I can copy it. That went straight into the DMC filing cabinet, which is brilliant. and then I can delete it from here. Too bad you can't do what do you call it? It's too bad you can't do a direct cut and paste on Windows 2. Another thing I wanted to do, just while I'm thinking about it, is I need to go into Write, and then you can enlarge the font as well. Let's go into fonts itself. Do Helvetica, go up to 48. We'll do 24 for the title. And then I'll make that 18. And then looking at the Windows versions I've covered so far, I shall put that as such. So we got the difference between Times Roman and Times New Roman. We'll go for Courier. Do Times Roman. And then we want, I don't think you can do lists on Windows 2. No, you can't. That's a shame. But of course, when Office comes about, I'll probably just have to try and convert this into a Word document if I can. Particularly when you get to the later versions, which we will look at later on in this run. And then we'll do, because we can update this accordingly. And then we'll save as. Oh, you can make a Microsoft Word format, which comes in handy. I would have to call it Win so far. Because bearing in mind you're limited to 8 characters. Yeah, you're limited to 8 characters in this version of Windows. And then I'll again do a copy of that and put it into D. The one thing I do want to look at as well is when we check out Windows 3, which will be in the next video of this that I do, I just want to make sure that they show up as folders. But they definitely show up there, so I can just get rid of that. Which I will do. So now that they're all sorted, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into the installation of Office. So I've got Microsoft Office for Windows 2, which will just open up. Sorry, I should have got a drink first before I even thought about doing this video, because my mouth is drier than the Sahara Desert. But anyways, we want Office for Windows 2. We'll do Word first. We want setup. There we go. There's the setup. Oh, it does work. So panic over. Welcome to the setup program for Microsoft Word for Windows. Yep, that's fine. Control X to exit setup. That then became the shortcut to cut stuff from files. Hey? This has got 16 megabytes of RAM. Put it on to C. WinWord. And now I need the program disk. I will test that out to see if it works. But for now, let me install it. It should work. It's got 16 megabytes of RAM. I'm going to have to number these accordingly. Conversions 1. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to number these because I'm getting confused. Yeah, of course I will. Word for DOS. And yeah, we'll install the graphics filters as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, we'll do that one. Utilities 2. Try that again. We better install the tutorial lessons. Not that I need them. Oh, we want the tutorial disk, and I've only gone and selected the same one as I had before. 2. The help disk. Proofing tools. Setup. We're going back to disk 1. I will definitely need to rename the. I definitely need to number these disks. Want a good time? Yeah. And there we go. And that works. So we'll do the following. And look at that. I got it to work. I do wonder what the oh, look at that. That's what the icon looks like for Microsoft Word. That's very interesting. I wonder. are the characters there. I wonder how many fonts do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just 7. And go up to 48. Yeah. So I'm not going to save it this time. I do remember wanting to close it off. No. It's weird because you could go, it gives you more than one, it gives you more than 8 characters even. There we've got your DOS there, Windows, WinWord. Go back into Windows. Now what we'll do is we'll install the next program, which is Excel. Now I'm looking forward to seeing what this looks like in Windows 2. We have 7 for 3.5, or 5 discs if you go for 5.25. I'll go for the 3.5. This is what this one looks like. Go see, and Windows. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. And now we need the documentation 1 disc. I'm hoping this will be disc 2. We shall find out. Yeah, disc 3. The library disc. So I'm assuming that will be disc 4. Well, we only needed 4 discs. Of the 7. Where do I open up? Ah, there you are. Excel. Oh, look at that. Let's have a look at what it looks like with the icon. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. And then we'll open that back up. I'm just going to type stuff randomly. Let me see. You can. I mean, look at this. I also just want to see if I can format those to have the 1000 separators. Yes, you can. Oh, that's what's happened. You've done that. So let's try again. Yeah, you've done that. So once again, we'll format the numbers. At least we know that works now. So I'll just leave it general for now. And then we'll just save it as is. You can't do yeah, we just have to do plus minus. Because again, you can only go up to 8 characters. And we'll close that. And then we'll do plus minus, we'll put that into D. And then I can delete it afterwards. And then you can open it up as normal. Bish, bash, bosh. Okay, next thing we want to look at is setting up project. I just had a thought, just when I think about it. There's Office 2.5. Yeah, that's not going to work. But it was a fun idea while it lasted. Yeah, we'll need the original 3 for that one. Okay, before I get too sidetracked, I'll just go back to the version of Office I know will run on there. Or will it? Okay. We'll join me back in a bit after this. And I'm back. And with that in mind, I've now I just had to rename some files so I could get project to run. And yes, that's fine. And there we go. This is Microsoft Project. Yeah, of course I will. Yeah. Yeah, it says it needs 1 meg of RAM and I've got 16, so I can just ignore that. And documentation 1. Which I can just quickly get that up. There it is. Yeah, that's fine. And that is fine as well. I need documentation disk 2. And setup did not find Microsoft Windows on your system. Of course, I'm running Windows 2. This is not a complete version of Microsoft Windows 2.11. Oh, that makes sense. because you yeah, this is two. This doesn't make sense actually. This is 2.03. Extended memory available. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to say no. Well, that didn't work. Of course, it wouldn't have worked. It's now I'm gonna have to say no extended memory because that needs 512 kilo. The fuck? Did that say it needed 512 kilobytes? Let's try that again. So this time, this is attempt number 2. I've got 16 megabytes of RAM. Okay, yeah, we'll install the conversion and the tutorial lessons. We need documentation disk number 2. Yeah, that's fine, and that's fine. We want UK, and no extended memory. The fuck? Setup needs at least 512 kilobytes, but last time I checked, I've got 16 megabytes. Wow. No, it didn't work. Or didn't it? Oh, panic over. Look at what we've got. There is project in its splendor. It might not fully work, but at least we've got something. I just couldn't work out for the life of me as to why it wouldn't, as to why it said it needed more RAM, and it said it needed 512 kilobytes, and apparently that's not enough for 16 megabytes. Wow, that is just ridiculous. So next thing I want to do, just when I think about it, is I'm just going to play a bit of reversey. There it is. Now I'm playing as red by the looks of things. I'm playing as red. Oh, I'm getting throttled here. Yeah. Wow, that is just something rather Yeah. Oh, let's do that one. Put you there because that's a 4. There's a 3. There's another 4. Could this mark a rare occurrence? No, I lost by 14. So that would then be to 64. Out of 64, a loss of 14. 39.25. Took me long enough to work that one out. I know that, but my mouse was just playing up. Right, let's carry on. Got 2 there. I'm trying to take over the ones that have the most spaces. But so far this has proven to be a shit show. I mean, I have won games of Reversi, even if it was only the 2. Okay, well, you can't do anything there. Oh, this time I've lost by 28. So that would be, yeah, 46.18. I'll do one more, and I think I'm going to stop. Hopefully 3rd time's a charm. Third time lucky. I think this might be 3rd time unlucky because I've only got 5 spaces left. Well, I've only got 5 dots left. Make that 4. That might help me out a bit, although I can only move to a space where the arrows are crossed, where the cursors are crossed. Oh, this is ridiculous. Okay, computer had to pass. Computer had to pass again. And still I lost by 28, so that's another 46-18. Oh, I'm so bad at this game. Never mind. I just noticed that in this version of Windows, that this is where you're introduced to Alt F4 to exit out of a program. That's interesting. So I've looked at Paint, I've looked at Write. The only one I haven't looked at is Notepad. Which is easy to do. And then, with that, it says this will end your Windows session. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.